Let's talk about the 4A assignment, part one. So the main thing that you need to remember with this assignment is we're just looking for the outline. Part two is actually going to be where you're going to construct the email, but don't start part two until you received feedback from part one. I will strongly advocate that because you will do far better on part two if you receive and implement the feedback that you received in part one. But let's look at what this is actually going to look like and look at the prompt and stuff. So for the 4A assignment part one, you'll be making a top-down outline. And an example can be found in chapter 4 on page 7. And we'll kind of look at that in a little bit right now. So just a second. So this is a top-down outline. As you can see, it has an introduction right here. It has the three argument points or two argument points right here. And then last is the conclusion. And we'll kind of go later on into what you should include in each of those sections. But yeah, this is basically what it's going to be looking like as you turn in your PDF on Canvas. Let's go back to the prompt. All right, so in this prompt, I'll let you all read the actual prompt, but I'll just summarize it really fast. So basically, you are the owner of a small company. You have about 15 employees. And recently, what you've done is actually had employees work from home and work from the office. But what you found is that because of that change, there has been a lack of productivity within the office. And your job is to implement a new work from home policy with specific initiatives and to implement the policy starting today. So yeah, that's basically what you'll be doing. Remember, this is not an email. This is just an outline. Part two is going to be the email, but we just want to make sure that you have the 4A structure down tight so that your email will be spick and span by the time you're done receiving the feedback. So let's talk about what the 4A structure really is and what I find students mess up on in this assignment specifically. So if we go to chapter 4 on page 14, so your first thing is your attention getter. So your employees will probably have 1,000 unread emails in their inbox. The purpose of your attention getter is to say, hey, this is why you should pay attention to my email versus the rest. This could be a cool statistic, a fact, something about productivity within the office. You can make up these numbers because you're the owner, but basically get your audience hooked on what you're trying to say next. Next is your agenda. That section should be a single sentence that signifies to the reader what are you going to accomplish in your email. And what I recommend students doing is actually bolding and underlining their agenda or actually bringing that agenda sentence to another paragraph. Having this clear agenda will help the reader understand, okay, what are the points that I'm trying to look out for here within the email. The next is your argument section. So I recommend the rule of three. And these three things are going to be your specific initiatives. Like, are they going to be allowed to do certain things in the office? Is there mandatory meetings, so on and so forth? Weekly meeting, I mean. But think of three initiatives that you will include within the work from home policy, and you should be good. And then the last is your call to action, which is where I see students fail the most. A call to action is as a result of this email, not for like later, as a result today, after they've hit like, oh, I've read this email. As a result, what do you want your audience to do today? A lot of students, what they do is, oh, like, it'll be good. It's going to be implemented soon, which is not really specific. So what I'd recommend is actually putting a specific time, a date, and a specific call to action. So are they going to be signing off on something? Are you going to be sending an email? With this call to action, you'll do much better, and it'll be much more apparent to your reader what you want them to do. So yeah, that's the 4A structure. remember, this part one is meant to be an outline. It's not meant to actually have full-on paragraphs, and we're just looking for your ideas within this assignment, and I think you should do great. Let me know if you have any questions.